Hey guys, welcome into Amanda's Favorites. Today's video is my 2024 Q4 planner stack. So we're gonna look at what planners I've used this quarter. We'll also go over all my journals for the whole year because this stack is wrapping 2024 up, you guys. And let me tell you, the planner that I'm in right now in Q4 even surprised me. And here in the Northern Hemisphere, at least, I feel like it is prime planner time. It just feels so cozy to curl up on the couch with your planner and a cup of hot peppermint tea or hot cocoa. But I also know it can be a hard time of year for many people. The holidays can feel really lonely or really stressful, which is why I'm super excited to introduce today's sponsor, BetterHelp. If you haven't heard, BetterHelp is a website that connects you with a licensed therapist who can listen to you and give you advice for whatever season of life you're in, even during the stress or solitude of the holiday season. Believe me, I know how exhausting it is to find the therapist that's a right match for you. But BetterHelp made it so incredibly simple to sign up, find my therapist, and make my first appointment. And it's easy to switch therapists too. And if you're not up for a video chat appointment, you can just opt for a phone call or even just message your therapist. Everything is done from your own home, at your own pace, maybe even from your couch with your peppermint tea and your planner. And the best part is you can try your first month of BetterHelp for 10% off by visiting betterhelp.com/Amanda's Favorites, linked in the description. Now, let's go jump right into my Q4 planner stack to wrap up this 2024 planner season. We are gonna do it all today, planners and journals. This is not the whole stack. This is just a little bit of my main crew right now. And then in a couple of weeks, I will be sharing with you my 2025 stack, which will hold all the planners and journals that I will start the year in. I will link my playlist of updates from this year. So if you've missed some of my previous updates, you can go and check those out. We're gonna first jump right in with my main planner. Okay, remember when I said I even surprised myself? Well, this is the planner I surprised myself with. I'm just gonna be flipping through it as I talk. Let me tell you what these stickers are though, because they're pretty special to me. But I should jump in and say I've used this planner all year in many different ways. But what these stickers are is I receive the Planner Perfect subscription box every month, which has her monthly stickers in it, which go with the seasons. And so I pick one sticker every month, one of my favorites, and I stick it in here to represent that month. So I've gotten up to November here. We only have one sticker left to put here when my December box comes. And I just think it's a really cool summary of the year. This has been a lot of memory keeping in here. And I have really loved this Hobonichi Han. It's my first Han from Hobonichi. This was actually a gift from a friend, and I had no idea how much I would love it. These new hardcovers, and as you can tell, mine has bulked up a little bit. I've stuck a few things in it, but not a ton of things. But just from use, and a lot of the time it's been just laying completely open. And so I think that has stretched the spine a little bit to where it kind of bulks open, but I don't mind it one bit. I love this Han. The only thing I haven't loved about the Han is it doesn't fit in my standard Hobonichi cover, which I love, which has those pen holders on it. But I don't know, so it would be a toss-up when I get another Hobonichi cousin if I would go with a Han or not. I think I might and give up using the cover. Okay, so we're just gonna do a flip through. This is all memory keeping. So for a lot of the year, I use this for memory keeping. All my monthlies have just been one thing that happened that day. Memory keeping. I definitely did not use these monthlies for planning because you'll see what I plan my monthly in later in this video. I've tried to pick a color a month and kind of stick with that and use my Planner Perfect washi tape every month. And so we're to the very end there of the monthlies. I do like that Hobonichi gives you a couple extra months if you need to do pre-planning. So I started the year actually planning in this when I was on a trip to take Pierce up to BYU for the first time for his first semester in January. And so I brought this because I didn't need to bring anything else. This had everything I needed in it. And when I got home, I kind of used this for a little bit. But then I was kind of like, I've never stayed in a Hobonichi for planning for the reason of you can see my planning is kind of messy. And so when it gets like this, you can see through, my page does not look clean when I start the week. And for someone who's already a pretty messy planner, that is not something that I love, to be able to see all the ghosting. But that's just something you deal with Tomoe River paper in any planner that uses this paper. And I actually love this kind of paper for journaling And I love it in the thought of it for planning and how easy it is to flip through and how much you can fit in one book, how portable and lightweight it is. But when it comes down to it, the ghosting really does bother me for starting a week, that it just doesn't look clean. It makes my mind feel jumbled up. But after that, I jumped into Passion Planner way back here at the beginning of the year, before February. So all of this is just memory keeping that I'm flipping through because I really only used it a couple of weeks in January after that trip. And then I came home and then I was in Passion Planner all the way until September. So you can go back and watch my other quarterly updates if you want to see all that. Sometimes I'll jump in here on a busy week to kind of map stuff out first before I go to my planner, because this mainly sat in my bedroom and I would write in it every night for the memory keeping and the monthly up front and for the little dailies up here for a little something every day. So that's how I've been using it all year. I love these Avery tabs. I will link them down below from Amazon. I've been using the same tabs all year long and they still stick. They're absolutely amazing for any planner like this where you need to mark multiple spots and you need to be able to remove it easily every week and move it to the next week. So this marks my week and my month that I'm on, and I can move it every time, use them the entire year, and they keep sticking. They are pretty much magic. I don't know how they sell more of them because you get so many in a pack and then you can move and reuse them so many times. But what happened a couple weeks ago, I will share what I was using before this because we ended on Passion Planner with my last update. But a couple weeks ago, when we got back from our family trip to Colorado with my parents, every time after big trips and big transitions, you guys know I end up feeling like I need a different planner because my life has changed. Also, when I switched here after vacation, we had only been home a month after sending Pierce back to BYU. So our lives really changed a lot from the summer with him home to restarting homeschool. And I was only home for a month while I worked way ahead and prepped for this whole trip. And so it was a really weird, hard transition time just because so busy in between travel, which I don't do well, by the way, especially not traveling while working, which is basically what I was doing this time. So coming home from that, I tried a couple of different things, and I will show you as we go through my pile. I tried a couple different planners. I was in Passion Planner up until September all year long from this. Then I went into the Laurel Denise Portrait Planner. I really wanted to try out the Portrait Planner. It really helps me to review the planners better if I try them, but it's also just a planner I really wanted to try, give it a good go of. But I don't need the monthly because you guys know I use my Ashley Shelley monthly. We'll get into all that. So I ended up only staying in that September and October. And that was basically my prep for travel month after getting home from taking Pierce, and then my travel month to Colorado. And so half that time, half that month, I was basically gone. So I got home and I knew I needed a switch out of it. And I tried a golden coil layout before this. But then I really thought, you know what? I just need to be down and dirty. I mean, it's still a really busy time of year. That's what I say all year. I don't even know why I'm saying that because it's constantly busy, which is amazing because it's all good things. Work is keeping me busy. Home is keeping me busy. Homeschool is keeping me busy. You know, my house and mom duties, but it's all good things. So this has been working for me for just 2 weeks now, I think. Yep, I've only been in here for 2 weeks. These are all my vacation weeks that basically didn't get written in at all there. And then I started in here and I realized I could fit everything into an A5. And for some reason, the ghosting is not terribly bothering me this time. I'm figuring out my system in here with marking things with colors so they stand out. I can put little lists down here. I can put lists here. And it's become just enough room for me. And I have put some of these beautiful stickers in here. Actually, most of these were sent to me from Tailored Plan, my friend. And they're probably most of them from London Gifties washi tape. I have gotten some samples from her before. Not samples. I got a box from her before and shared a reel on it. And they are absolutely, look at that, fabulous washies. Anyway, she gave these to me and I've just stuck them in here for the rest of the year on the weeklies to decorate it. I think I'm going to be in here till the end of the year, you guys. because it's working. I'm not going to share what I think I might start 2025 in yet because I'm not positive, but also that's a whole nother video. So flipping through the dailies, I used it for planning. I've actually used it for daily planning quite a bit throughout the year, but I can't use it for daily planning when I'm in the weekly. I just cannot flip, and I don't love it as much for daily planning. I love just a little coiled spiral notebook for daily planning still, but you can see I've utilized it a lot for daily planning as I was just memory keeping in the weekly. So I have really enjoyed it, this Hobonichi, thoroughly. It's probably the cousin that I have actually used the most. I have 2 other cousins. Yeah, one Avec and one normal one. And this is the one that I've probably utilized the most, like all year. I have really utilized it. So I'm not using the dailies in it right now. If I wanted to memory keep on the dailies, I could, but I'm not finding myself doing that right now. I'm just utilizing the weekly, but I have used a ton of the dailies for either memory keeping or planning throughout the year. So that is my cousin. That is where I am right now. Look at those cute stickers from Taylor. Oh my goodness. If you have like any kind of Tomoe River paper planner, washi, that's not stickers, sorry, that's washi tape, and pet tape is really the most beautiful thing you can throw in there, even if you're just planning like I am. If you're doing beautiful memory keeping, it just adds so much to the page. So I will definitely do some Christmas memory keeping on those pages where I added in that beautiful washi. All right, so that is my Hobonichi cousin. Loved it. I'm in it right now. This is my main weekly, and I can't believe it. I surprised myself. All right, since I showed you what I am in my main weekly with right now, let me show you what I'm in for my daily and my monthly. I like to see my 3 views at once at my desk, so I don't love my weekly and my monthly to utilize all in one book. That would be great if I had to be in and out of the house, go to an office every day. I think I would not want to carry extra things with me, and having it all in one book would be great. But this is basically like my wall calendar, except it sits on my desk. This is my Ashley Shelley notebook planner. It comes in 2 sizes. This is the bigger 6x9. Here is my 2025 collab one. So I have collabed with Ashley Shelley. I get to choose the cover, and I get to choose all the colors throughout, which flow with the seasons and the holidays here in the Northern Hemisphere. And I absolutely love this collab. It's amazing 80-pound paper. This year it was sewn for the first time. This is a picture I took at sunrise in Destin, Florida, and sunset in Destin, Florida. I have a full walkthrough of this baby up in my Ashley Shelley launch video. We'll link that down in the description for you if you want to check it out, because she only has literally, I know there's like less than 20 of these left in the 5x8. So the 6x9 is sold out in my collab. She only has the 5x8 left. The 5x8 is the perfect size to fit in any A5 cover. It's just a tiny bit smaller than an A5, or it can also fit in an A5 wide, like Planner Perfect Leather. It fits in an A5 or a wide. The wide, it fits perfectly. The A5, it's a tiny bit small. I'll show you against this Planner Perfect A5 book that I have here. So it's almost the exact same height as an A5. It's just a little bit like a 1/2 inch in from the side, and that's what makes it basically like a wide size. But if you want to pick up one of these, do not wait. I do have an affiliate link, but no discount code for that. Make sure if you're purchasing anything, you check down below for my affiliate links and discount codes. I have a code for almost every single one of the companies. And when you use my affiliate link, you support my channel more than you know. If my videos are helpful and or enjoyable to you, that is the best way you can help me out and keep this channel going, is when you're making a purchase, click through my affiliate link. You don't have to do anything else or spend any extra money, but it's giving me credit for your sale, and I earn a small percentage of that sale. Okay, so that is the Ashley Shelley for this year. I will still be using it, but this is mine from 2024, and this is basically like my monthly command center. Every big appointment or big thing for the day, even like gym days or, Sprout shopping days, they go on here so I can map out my week. Seeing this sitting in front of me, it just sits on an acrylic easel. This one was from years ago from Erin Condren. She doesn't sell this one anymore, but I know you can find just an acrylic easel on Amazon or at a craft store. And it helps me so much because it's like my wall calendar, and yet it's so much easier to pull down and write in. I only use friction pens in this. I only use friction highlighters in this because things are constantly erasing and changing. This is just a look at all my months in here. I usually pick a color that matches the month to mark off all the days, and many things get erased and changed around in here. Oh, that's my cute little Planner Perfect magnetic clip. This is how I plan my monthly. So whatever weekly planner I'm in, I do not go by the monthly in there. If I record anything on the monthly in there, it is simply just for memory keeping, or wanting to have a record of things because I'm using it as a memory keeper or a journal type of thing. This is where it all goes. These appointments also go on my iCal because I don't bring my planners out of the house with me at all. That's a question I get a lot. I don't. I put all my appointments and big things on my iCal, but they also go on here because on a daily basis, this is what I look at my desk, not my iCal. I'm only looking really at my iCal if I'm out or not near my calendar and I need to check things. So this is my main monthly. And also it's so helpful because no matter what weekly planners I change around to, this stays constant for the whole year. I'm already writing things in my 2025 one. And this is always here for me and never changes. So I can switch my weekly planner around and not have to worry because the big dates are all in here and the pre-planning is all in here. This is what I'm using right now for a daily planner. I have been in the daily duo this year, and I'll pull that out and show you. This quarter, we're just going over the quarter. I've been in it this quarter, but what I always come back to for my daily, even when I use a dated daily for maybe the time blocking for a period, I always come back to just a little spiral notebook about this size. It works so well on my desk. This is a Planner Perfect one. I do have a 20% off code for Planner Perfect. It's Amanda 20, but it's a one-time use only. So you're going to want to load up your cart with whatever you want since you can only use it once. But I really like her notebooks because of the tear out feature, because right now I'm keeping an ongoing kind of weekly list right here, and I'm keeping my daily list here, and then I can just tear it off every day and go to the next page, and I can still see my ongoing. Sometimes I fold it over, but still the very first thing I see when I unfold it is my ongoing. And then I see that day. So I already have several days torn out. Right before I went back into this, I was using the Planner Perfect just book of the month, the planner of the month, which I've used for daily planning for so many different months out of the 4 years that I've received Planner Perfect. It is fun to use the washi and feel like the seasonality of that month. But as far as like function for me, being able to flip it over and being a tiny notebook, this is just almost always what I go back to. I probably use this the next most in my life because it is also just blank pages. But sometimes when I predate them, I get myself into trouble. This was on my vacation, so I wasn't in there writing daily lists. But when I predate them, because sometimes I need to use 2 pages a day. Sometimes I just work off my list from the day before. And so sometimes I'll use these books and not predate them, which is nice when they're blank pages. And I don't go through and predate any of these. So no pre-planning goes in this book. Okay, so that's my main system right now. That's my weekly, that's my daily, that's my monthly, and it's all up on my desk at once. My weekly sits on my left-hand side, just open the Hobonichi. This sits on the easel, and this sits on my right-hand side, my daily list. So I literally have it all there at my fingertips. Now, let's quickly go through what else I have used this quarter. All right, I mentioned how I was in the portrait planner from Laurel Denise. I have a 10% off code with her that you can use over and over again and an affiliate link. But I was in here for September and October, and I really enjoyed it. At first, I was using the month just as a monthly would be used and just kind of writing more on the day than fit in my Ashley Shelley. But I was like, I really didn't need a second monthly. And it was just more to write and more to keep up with and make sure I was writing my monthlies in 2 places. But I love how the months line up with the weeks down here. You can pick Sunday or Monday start. I really love how these weeks flip and you still have your month and you have all this room to write monthly lists out. I mean, the flexibility of it and being able to add all the washi tape and the happy colors for the month, I really liked it. But what I had started doing in September, I pulled them all off, was when I realized I didn't want a second monthly. I started putting lists. These are Laurel Denise sticky notes. And I wrote my monthly lists up there so then I could see the week and just constantly be referring to my monthly lists. Like I said, I had them all over for September, especially preparing for our trip, but I took them all down. So then we left on our trip, which was like half this month. So it was a crazy prep, and then you'll see, only main video things written that I needed to make sure to do on vacation. But I really do love this portrait concept. If I didn't if I wasn't already married to my Ashley Shelley monthly and really wanting to have it up on an easel and see the whole thing at once, this would definitely be a main contender in my planning. Love the seasonality you can add to it. Oh, November was prepped with hand plan stickers because I had a collab video with her go up. And I have an ongoing discount with hand plan. It's 20% off code Amanda. You can use over and over again. She makes beautiful stickers. Look what you can do with the Laurel Denise and her stickers. I also shared that I was in Golden Coil for a short stint this quarter. And it was right after my trip. I tried this before the Hobonichi. I really like this Golden Coil layout. You know, it's the closest to the layout that Golden Coil has that I want in my mind. But right now, I am kind of stuck on bound books. I am really stuck on seeing the entire week at once and my lists all at the same time. And so I just can't do that in here. I have to flip from one side to the other. And I just find myself missing things that way. I've always used a coil planner for years, but this past year, my weekly planner has stayed in a bound book. It's been Passion Planner all year. So I've shared this in my other quarterly planner update video, so we're not going to really go through it this time because I really wasn't in it this last quarter, but I was in it all the way from the end of January, the entire year until September when I got back from taking Pierce to BYU, which is when I always feel like I need to change. This, just being able to see your entire week, your lists, everything at once has been my ride or die this year, and I have loved the functionality of it. Can cover up those harsh black lines with washi tape, and I could really deal with it in that way. You can see how functional it was for me. This got me through such busy times, so many things going on. So I'm really in this bound book phase, and who knows, I could end up back in Passion Planner, but right now I think I'm going to finish out the year in the Hobonichi unless it just bothers me too much with the ghosting. So that is where I've been in my weeklies. Okay, this is my Laurel Denise vertical that I've been using for my wellness planner since February. I've been using it since February, but I cannot show you the months I've been using because I just have too much personal information written on it. I will kind of tell you how I'm using it. It has worked really well for me the whole year. It makes me think that I will probably use a Laurel Denise again in 2025 for my wellness planner, but we'll see. Wellness planning is not something that I always do, but this year I have really stayed on it the whole year. I usually kind of go in and out of a planner throughout the year that I pick for wellness planning. Like last year it was Commit 30, and I might not use it every month, but at different times when I wanted to focus on different things or track different things, I would jump into it. So I'll basically pick a weekly planner every single year to use for my wellness and tracking, like sleep and pains and chronic conditions. And, you know, when I went to the chiropractor, what we worked on, what supplements I'm on, are they working? Because I'm working through a lot of things right now, which we're not going to get into. But right now, the Laurel Denise has worked really well for me. So I love that you can see the whole month, but the week at the same time, because on here, I will track my sleep every single day. Every single day, I will track my sleep with my Apple Watch. So I will kind of write how much awake time I had and how much deep sleep I had. I will write the time I wake up. So that is what my main monthly spread is tracking for me, but I will also put my cycle on my monthly spread so I can easily see it pop out there, and any other big things, which I think like might contribute to my overall health there, I will put on my monthly spread. It gets really busy, but I use things with different colors so that they can pop out to me. I also will record my weight here when I weigh, and it's a whole just being able to see the whole month. How was I doing this month? I think it's so valuable to see things on a bigger scale than a week, and it's really valuable for me to flip back through previous months since I'm working on so much right now. Now, that leaves it open for me to use the days if I want to, and many times I don't use the days. I would say like half and half. So it just depends. When I need to be like tracking more of things that's going on, like if I want to track my workouts, if I want to track my food and fuel, like I will use the days for that. But when I don't want to, it will literally just be those main things on the month, and that's enough for me. So I like that I have the weeks there for when I want or need to track more. But when I don't want to, I still have my full monthly view. And that's why this worked so well for a wellness planner for me. I also think the horizontal could work really well. So I don't know what I'm going to use next year. We'll see in my 2025 stack. But up here, it was really nice to be able to look across the whole week. Like if I was tracking like how many days I went to the gym and did weights, like to just be able to look across like that box. And I would draw lines for these to become boxes for different things, like maybe meals, and it was easy to look all the way across your entire week that way. And it wouldn't look the same in a horizontal. So I have loved this for my wellness. And maybe I'll do some tracking in this last month or into next year at some point where I can actually do a month where I don't put too many things on here that I don't care if you see, and I will be able to share that with you guys. But this has been a wonderful wellness planner. It sits on the dresser in my room, open all the time, but I don't leave it open all the way. So I only leave it open to see my month and then my week like this. So if I'm filling in the week, I have that open. And that's how open I leave it on my dresser, where I can fill it in every morning when I wake up, about my sleep, and when I go to bed. All right, that's my wellness planner. Since we are on the train of Laurel Denise, I have been using the Laurel Denise horizontal for my content planner. And you guys, it has worked so well. I can show you some past months on here. I love that I have the monthly to see all the main things, but then I can write detailed things, Instagram content on the weeklies here and be able to coordinate it and see it with the monthly. It has been integral in me keeping track of things. The only time I've dropped the ball on things is when I went on vacation and when I took Pierce to school, because I didn't bring this when I took Pierce to school. I did bring it on vacation to Colorado because it was so long and I needed it and I was going to have to be working there. But man, is it hard to keep up with work emails and all the content while you're trying to vacation. But as you guys know, if you own your own business, a lot of times that's just what you have to do because you don't get paid if you're taking time off. It is not like a salary job. Of course, there's lots of perks to it too. That is how I've been using the Laurel Denise all year, and I have absolutely loved it. But I'm thinking of switching to the project planner for many reasons for it next year. I'm not sure if I'll like it better, but there are a couple reasons why I'm thinking about it. So we will see what ends up in my 2025 stack. All right, this is the last planner, I think, and then we'll go through the journals pretty quickly. So I did start in the Daily Duo. I told you guys, I just wanted to show you. Sometimes I do use a dated daily planner. And it works wonderfully for me. And I can kind of use the timeline to think about not specifically what time things will be done, but kind of where things will be done in the day so that I can kind of map out in my mind. It really does give me a good idea of how much I'm scheduling to do in my day and realize that I'm always writing down more than I can ever possibly get done. So I do love the Daily Duo. All the changes they made this year, I love the setup in it. Of course, love the Erin Condren colors and paper and tabs and just the feel of the book and the beauty. But I'm telling you, sometimes I love a small notebook. It takes up less room on the desk. It has more flexibility because I just don't have to have the dates since I use my weekly planner, my monthly planner for, dated stuff. And this is just my daily list. Also, not having a dated daily in a notebook, it keeps me from trying to plan my days ahead. Sometimes I'll go in and try to write things on days ahead and then they end up changing and it's not in friction pen. So then I can't change it because that's just what I'll do if I have a dated planner there next to me. But if I have a notebook, I won't do that. I won't try to plan the next day until the night before or sometimes the morning of. And it just leaves me feeling better about it without already coming to the day and having things written on it. But I've loved this, and who knows, I'll probably be back in it at some point. All right, let's wrap us up with journals. You guys, for a lot of the year, I have used this beautiful Katie Daisy planner to record daily gratitudes or just things that happen that day. I always love her planner because it brings me so much joy with her beautiful drawings and colors in here. It really is spectacular for the price. You can grab it on Amazon for $20.25. I have a reel of the 2025 one on Instagram, and I will throw the link to the 2025 Katie Daisy planner on Amazon. With it being horizontal and just this much space, it's the perfect place to start small journaling, writing one thing a day, one gratitude a day. It could be an affirmation a day, a scripture verse a day, something you want to remember. It's just a beautiful little planner, has a band and a pocket. I personally couldn't use it for planning in my life right now because obviously, as you've seen, my life has a little bit more going on than could fit in here, but I love it for a special journal. So I haven't used it all year, but I've used it off and on quite a bit. And I always enjoy these. Planner Perfect, the monthly books. When I am not using them for my daily planning, the monthly planner books, I am usually just using them for journaling in the morning. So this one has not been used for journaling in the morning. This one was just daily lists. But A lot of times I just use them for journaling in the morning when I'm not using them for daily planning, and I don't decorate them then, and I don't predate them so that they're just blank and I can just journal in them. I don't journal every single morning, but I like having it there when I want to write things out. Sometimes I also feel like I want to script my day out beforehand. If you want to know about Jenny's scripting method, she has a whole bunch of videos on her Planner Perfect YouTube video. But I also have a Planner Perfect 101 video here. If you're like, Amanda, what is Planner Perfect? I have a whole Planner Perfect playlist, but start with my Planner Perfect 101 video, and that will give you the basics of her system and of scripting and of what you get in subscription boxes and how her whole website and system works. But I love these monthly books and love using them for different things. This is the Planner Perfect new journal that she just came out with this year. It is dot grid, but it is lighter dot grid, and it's cream paper. So if you receive her subscription books, see the difference? This is white paper, this is cream paper, and your dots are a little bit bigger and they're a little bit lighter in the journal. And I actually love that for journaling. I don't mind the cream paper at all, and I kind of like the lighter dots in it. This was only the first or second month I've tried dot grid in my Planner Perfect books, and I actually think I'm going to go back to plain pages because that's what I've had for 4 years, and I really just like the plain pages. I don't know what it is about me, but I like the dot grid in here to guide me for journaling. I haven't done that much journaling in here. I've done a little bit. I don't want to share it because it's personal. I've done probably like 10 pages, and I plan to just leave this. This stays in my morning basket. I have a morning basket video if you're wondering what's in it, but with my morning studies, and this stays in there. And I think this might just become my main journal for 2025. And instead of using all these monthly books, I think I will just use this for my mainstay of journaling and morning prayers when I want to write my prayers. And I might go from using all these so that it's kind of all in one, all together until it's used up. Because my last prayer journal that I was using is like to the very, very end, my Stalogy. And so I think this will be the next one. It really is a beautiful journal. I mean, look at that. If you want to give a beautiful gift to someone, she also has it in a light pink color and I think a hardback option. This one is soft but very thick. But I did something really fun with my Planner Perfect stickers in here because I have sheets left from all different sub boxes, right, from the last 4 years. And I love to use them in all different things. And so I thought, because I just love nature and the seasons, that I would do a little seasonal scape of stickers for each season of the year. So fall, winter, spring, and summer up front, since this journal is going to take me through a whole year and just basically be life and prayers and things that are important to me like that. So I love this Write a Better Story journal from Planner Perfect. This is my last year in my 5-year journal. And you guys, this is the second 5-year journal that I have done overlapping. I finished a Leuchtturm one, and then I started this one while I was still in the Leuchtturm. The Leuchtturm one is done now. I have a comparison video of the Leuchtturm 5-year to this Unbound 5-year, and we'll link that down in the description. But my ribbon has come out of this Unbound 5-year. I still love it because it's a really nice linen hardback. They have it in all different colors. I show you everything in the comparison video, but this paper is so thick and nice if you're not a fan of the thinner cream paper in the Leuchtturm. It's such a nice 5-year journal. And I rotate blue and black ink every other year, so it's easy to tell the difference in years. I actually started this in a February, so it's my last year, but I won't finish until February 2025. I have to say, though, I am really excited about ending this because I had 2 5-year journals overlapping. I've been doing it for maybe like 7 years in a row now, I think. I'd have to go look back when the Leuchtturm started. And I'm kind of tired of being held to a 5-year journal every night. I love the record that it's made, but I definitely need a break from my 5-year journaling, I think. It's always nice to have a break from different things and switch things up. You know, just using a different journal for the year makes you just have an invigoration, just feel invigorated to want to write in it, to want to open it up, you know, switching it up. I just came out with my top 5 journals video. So if you're looking for a journal for 2025, we'll link that down below for you. So I'm pretty excited. This is going to finish in February of 2025. This journal, I've tried to kind of stick with how I see the Lord's hand in my life every day, because my last 5-year was just like daily events, what happened with the kids and the house or with us that day, because they were a lot younger than when I started that one. And so this one is more for me and that kind of spiritual purpose. We will see what kind of journaling I get into in 2025. But that wraps us up, you guys. That wraps us up for my Q4 planner stack planner lineup, including journals. I would love to hear down below, what has your main planner been in Q4? Share it with all of us. And I'd love to hear if you are actually changing planners in 2025. I mean, you might be changing planners, but staying in the same planner. You know, if you're in Laurel Denise right now, horizontal weekly, but you're going to stay in that same one in 2025. Or if you're switching to a whole new planner in 2025. So lots of us are on the cusp of possibly switching to completely different planners and systems. So I'd love to hear what you're in right now for your main planner, and then what you're going to switch to possibly in 2025. Share it with all of us down below. Those will be really fun comments to read. I hope you are having a beautiful week during this holiday season and enjoying family and nature and all the good feelings that come with this season. If you're having a hard time, just remember, it won't last forever. Our hard times and seasons and trials always do pass. They make us stronger and refine us. So take a deep breath and know that you're doing the best you can. You are amazing. Take care of yourself so you can take care of others. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.